the White House. You were our chief White House correspondent. What's your reaction when you see that reporting?
Well, it's interesting that Jared and Ivanka are trying to distance themselves from Donald Trump because he could use a family intervention right now with all the crazy conspiracy theories that he's been glomming onto, like he's going to be reinstated in August and so on. I mean, Wolf, think about all of the different projects that Jared Kushner was in charge of when he was at the White House. I brought a list. The coronavirus pandemic, Middle East peace, criminal justice reform, immigration, including the border wall. He was going to, navigate the politics of putting a wall on the border, modernizing the government, in addition to being a campaign advisor. It's a little hard to separate themselves now from the former president when they were so intimately involved throughout the entire administration. I talked to one former senior White House official who said when Trump was in office that Jared and Ivanka were the chiefs of staff. So this sounds like, a rehab tour on the part of Jared and Ivanka. They want to rehabilitate their image somewhat because, as you and I both know, they're just not as welcome in polite society as they once were.
And as this is going on, we're not paying a whole lot of attention to it, but Trump keeps issuing these very, very weird statements that he really won the election and all that kind of stuff.
Right. He continues to do that. Just yesterday, he put out a statement saying that, he's going to be back 2024 or before is the way that the statement ended. So he is continuing to stoke this idea that he could somehow be reinstated in August. Wolf, I will tell you, I talked to one of the originators, you might say, of the August reinstatement theory, Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy. I talked to him earlier today. According to Lindell, this reinstatement may slide a little bit because they don't exactly have all of their ducks in a row. Lindell said that they're going to have some sort of symposium in August. And after that symposium comes out where they lay out all of this evidence, he predicts the Supreme Court will rule 9-0 that Donald Trump should be reinstated as president of the United States. That is where the former president is getting this kind of nonsense, and it is just nothing but nonsense. And it's scary that the former president continues to listen to this.
It's potentially very dangerous because he's got a huge following out there that believes all this.
It's potentially very dangerous, Wolf, because obviously we saw what happened on January 6th. And if Trump is going to go out there as he's supposed to this weekend, he's scheduled to have a rally in Ohio this weekend. He's going to be going on this revenge tour. He's going after Republicans who voted to impeach him during the impeachment saga. He wants to take those Republicans out, and he wants new candidates to go in, Trumpist candidates to go in. He's going to be doing that in Ohio this weekend. If he's revving up the crowds once again with these insane conspiracy theories about January 6th and being reinstated and so on, of course, Wolf, people might get hurt. Potentially, journalists who are covering these events, people who just get in the way of some of these rabid MAGA Trump supporters who think that somehow Donald Trump will magically be reinstated as president of the United States. It's nonsense. It's never going to happen.
And that helps explain why Ivanka and Jared are beginning to move away, at least publicly right now.
It makes perfect sense, but it's impossible to do for both of them. They were there all 4 years. They were there for the ugly end to it all after January 6th. Where are Jared and Ivanka now to say that what happened on January 6th was an absolute disaster for this country? We haven't heard them do that. And until they say those sorts of things, how can they possibly separate themselves from the former president?
All right, Jim. Thank you very much for coming in, Jim Acosta.